Hey, I'm Mish.
I'm Mills.
And this is Mish and Mills. What's going on, people? Week 3 is here upon us. Coming up on Thursday, we have Jets and Browns.
We're not doing that game. We're going to do Sunday slates because we don't care about... No, we're kidding. No, I do care about those teams, but not this week. We do the Sunday slate stuff.
Yeah, we love Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday is the holy grail of football. And, I mean, I'm not a big college football person. Can be at times. But this is NFL, baby. This is the pro leagues, big leagues. This is what we do.
And how about last week?
Yeah.
We killed it last week. I hope you took our advice because we destroyed.
You see that fire back there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what our lineups were, guys. We had a monster week, and we'll do a quick recap to give you some of the things. We couldn't fit all of our monster picks in that recap, but hopefully all weeks go this way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, guys, this is a segment we are calling Hit and Miss, if you can't tell from above.
Yep.
And these are our hits, and how awesome were they last week, Mish? I mean,
they were great.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, 41.8 points, 6 touchdowns, guys. That was awesome.
Big Ben making the comeback. I mean, he did fantastic. Blake Bortles, that was the one that flew underneath the radar. I mean,
yeah, well, that's one that if you took, you saved a lot of money. And that was one of our sleeper picks. And boy, did he show up. Same with Matt Ryan. I mean, normally you wouldn't expect Matt Ryan to be a sleeper, but he showed up. A lot of people were off of him because of week 1. And he got those 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't expect that every week, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Cam Newton there.
Yeah, speaking of Cam Newton, we're one of the few people that said him too. Superman came out. And he showed up, guys. 31.6 points. Gotta love it. And then you gotta love old Kirk.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a question. After what you saw, you like that?
Yeah, you know, I'll give him his props.
You're jumping on the bandwagon with me.
Hell no.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's all right. I'm not a bandwagon fan, but the Kirk Cousins bandwagon. A lot of people don't believe in him. I have. You can ask Mish. I've been supporting him since he was on the Redskins. I think Mish is becoming a believer.
I mean, he's proven his worth so far. Week 2 is still early. Great team ahead. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Kirk Cousins does this week as well. Phillip Rivers had a fantastic outing. I was hoping for much better, though, against the Bills.
Yeah.
Really, but
it was what we feared, where it kind of you only got to do but so much once you're ahead, and you just start running the ball.
Yeah.
And, it showed, but he still produced.
Yeah, I mean,
he still had a good game. It wasn't terrible.
It transferred over to Melvin Gordon having 30 points.
Who we also named over here at the running back hits with 30.6 points. He even left the game a little early and still produced.
And you have Todd Gurley, of course. He produced.
Surprise, right?
McCaffrey, that was a good pick up there. Chris Thompson.
That was a sleeper right there.
Yeah, that was a sleeper.
Yeah, some people may have got him, but a lot of people went AP last week, I think, and it was not the right way to go.
Yeah, and then Alvin Kamara after that.
Not what I wanted.
Yeah,
not what I wanted, but still decent. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Kareem Hunt making a little baby bounce back. It's still underperforming compared to last year, obviously.
Yeah, and then James White, that was an awesome save. Saved a lot of money on that pick, and he did what I paid for. I mean, 15.4 points for his price.
Wide receivers, the Viking boys. I mean, Diggs, Thielen.
Oh, man, they destroyed, didn't they?
They did.
I told you Green Bay's defense was garbage. I told you.
Juju Smith, Schuster.
You got it right, guys.
I got
it right this time. No vulgar words.
You know, I'm learning. But, I mean, he had a great game, 34 points. Michael Thomas, again.
Oh, yeah.
Big guy.
How beast has he been this year?
He's always been. He just flies under the radar.
Is he the top receiver this year? Because he so far is. If he keeps this up, it's crazy numbers.
Really close. I mean, 2 weeks in, he's
destroyed, man. Both weeks.
Brandon Cooks, good pickup.
25.9 points.
Amari Cooper. Great pickup for the price.
I told you guys. I told you the reason I liked him is because I knew no one was going to play that guy in tournaments. What an awesome pick that could have been because they had him lower priced than usual based off of that terrible week 1. I knew it couldn't get any worse than that.
I wasn't a believer. You mentioned it right out.
You got to take advantage of that kind of stuff sometimes.
Yep. Tyreek Hill underperformed, I would say, compared to
not what I wanted. I stacked a lot with Mahomes, which paid off. Like most of my lineups had Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, which it still worked. Like I won money, But a lot of those touchdowns and things, a lot of passes with the other receivers.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that would go to Hill.
He spread the ball around a lot.
Yeah,
So
but it's okay.
It's cool.
20 points, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, two of which went to Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
32 points there, tight end. Zach Ertz did his thing as well.
Came back. He's back.
Kyle Rudolph, the Vikings, doing his thing.
A lot of Vikings in this list, huh?
Yes. There's
How about that?
I mean, besides our running back position.
Didn't need it when you're scoring passing touchdowns.
Jordan Reed had 10.5 points with the Redskins kind of showing life coming back. So, other than that, let's show you our misses.
Yeah. Not many, but they were misses.
There's some misses, yeah. Yeah, let's take a look here. And
Drew Brees, it could have been worse, right? And a lot of people had Drew Brees because a lot of people were expecting some big numbers.
Yeah.
And 17.8 wasn't what you were expecting for that price, in my opinion. So that's why he's on this list.
Yeah, that was a disappointment for me as well. And, Tyrod Taylor, I was hoping for a bigger game for him as well.
Yeah. That whole game was not what I wanted it to be. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah.
And then Jay Ajayi, again, he had a
touchdown.
Issues.
He had a touchdown, but he just didn't do anything other than that. I mean, thank goodness he got that. Like, it would have been really bad, but it wasn't great. And
the Crow
didn't show up, man.
No, he wasn't played as much, I would say, because Bilal Powell.
Yeah, it was not what the game script I was thinking.
Yeah, we have.
Keenan Allen surprised, right? Because as much as the Chargers did, you think he would be involved more, but I guess that they're so bad that the Bills defense that you don't need your superstars to show up. You can have other guys.
Hey, it worked out for them.
Yeah.
Mr. Landry, another disappointment, but
I'm not sure if Josh Gordon not being there hurt him because, honestly, when I heard he wasn't going to be in, I was thinking Landry's going to tear it up.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
It just didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's just not enough time for Tyrod Taylor to get the ball around. Maybe he's a run-first quarterback, which he is. We'll see. I think they need to develop a chemistry going forward. So we'll wait on that. Now, Jared Cook, huge decline in production compared to week 1.
Expected somewhat, but I wasn't hoping for that much of a decline. I expected it, but not it was pretty drastic.
It was huge. I mean, and because
same with Kittle. Yeah. 4.2. Terrible. What's wrong with you, Kittle? What's wrong?
Yeah, he needs to turn the
Why
kettle on.
Why are you gonna do us like that?
But yeah, those are our misses. So let's jump into week 3 and let's go over some breakdowns and see who we like this week. So I'm super excited. Let's check it out.
Okay, let's do the quarterbacks first, guys.
Yeah,
lots of good options this week, in my opinion. We'll name some of them for you.
So we're going 8,000 and above, and so we have Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Drew Brees, Cam Newton. I am going Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, dude, against the Bills. The only thing you got to worry about with Kirk with that game is the same thing that happened to Phillip Rivers, that maybe they don't need to pass at some point. But usually by that point, you've already gotten your points, and that's why they don't need to pass anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Kirk Cousins is going to have one of those Mahomes-style days.
He could. If they keep him out there, I mean, he very well could. I just don't know if we're going to because we're going to be up by so much so fast.
Definitely.
Yes, it's awesome to be a Vikings fan for once. Yes.
Drew Brees, he's playing mistake-free so far. I feel like Brees is going to have a great timeout, especially because they're playing in the Dome. Atlanta loves playing in the Dome because they have one, and so do the Saints. It's going to be a shootout. I mean, if you're betting the over in this game, double down. I mean, it's
Patrick Mahomes at top of the list for a reason. He's been killing it. I mean, it's a great matchup too, right? San Fran. I'm not worried about them slowing him down. I think it's expected though that he's going to slow up somewhat. I mean, I'm not going to go on every week expecting 6 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
But I think he will have a good game. If you pay that price, you're going to get good numbers. I think there's other options you can probably do a little bit less, but I'm not against it, not at all. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers, any week is okay. No matter, he's matchup proof. You can start him against anyone, and you're going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on my end here. I'm taking. I'm going Kirk Cousins. Brees.
Kirk Cousins is the safest pick out of all these because of the matchup. But actually, I like I like me some Cam Newton, too. I mean, the rushing yards just add up, guys, and I'm not worried about Cincinnati slowing him down this week.
Yeah, I mean, Cam's Cam, and the Bengals are named after a tiger species, which is pretty crazy. I'm giving the Bengals some credit. They've gotten after the quarterback and forced errant throws. But if anything, I think Cam Newton's going to have a field day on the ground running it. He's going to run it. This is going to be a good game for him to show off his wheels that he's got. 7,000 and up. We have a pretty decent lineup here. There's a lot of players.
Yeah.
Mills, who do you like in this 7,000 range here?
So there's the obvious, Andrew Luck, right? Philadelphia has a good defense, but the passing defense isn't the best, so I wouldn't mind him. And vice versa. Watch out for Nick Foles isn't going to start, guys. They announced Carson Wentz is going to play, so go with the second Eagles quarterback in this range. And Carson Wentz, that could be a sneaky good play. I mean, if he plays as well as he was playing last year, I don't think a lot of people are going to play him in tournaments because they're worried that he's not going to be warmed up enough, and he could get you a ton of points.
Yeah, besides being an Eagles fan and all the speculation about him coming back from his injury, how he's going to fare well, be up to game speed, I think they took those precautionary additional 2 weeks of the regular season to kind of just extra make sure that he's ready. And he is prepared. I'm telling you, against the Colts, whose defense is garbage, I think Wentz is the sleeper pick this week.
He could really win you some tournaments.
Yeah, at 7,400. Yeah,
it's a good pick.
Absolutely.
I love picking guys that I don't think other people are going to have in their lineups because it's points that I get that they don't get.
Yeah, man. Matt Ryan, like I said, I think it's going to be a shootout in Atlanta against the Saints. And I think he's going to have a repeat performance coming up, especially...
Just hopefully passing. I don't see him getting 2 rushing touchdowns again. That's probably not going to happen. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was shocked that he got the 1. The 2... What's happening?
Yeah,
but he can get them easily passing against New Orleans defense. They haven't been that great so far.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. And then
Phillip Rivers, watch out. Honestly, he's been on fire this year, but this is a really, really good defense so far this season. They got a ton of weapons out there. I personally just like other people at the same price. There's a lot of people at that exact same price. Playing way worse teams. So. But you can go him. He's a good quarterback. I just don't think I will myself this week. What do you think? What about Jimmy G?
I like Jimmy G. But you definitely want to be careful with him because everyone's like, oh my God, they're playing Kansas City. Kansas City has let up a lot of points.
They have gotten scorched this year.
But to be a championship team, I know Andy Reid is probably like, we need to buckle up our defense because defense wins championships. Let's be realistic. It might sound like a good pick. I'm not taking Jimmy G this week because Kansas City's defense is going to show up. I'm telling you, they have to.
I'm on it. I'm on the
other side.
I'm really kind of in the middle. I don't mind it, and I'm not super excited about it. So
that's fair.
I'm not going to say no, but I'm not gonna completely 100% shut them out.
This week in that price range of 7,000. He's a little high up, but Deshaun Watson. Against the Giants. He has Fuller back this week, and he was back last week as well. But it gives him a lot of pressure.
He wasn't bad last week either. A lot of people were kind of giving him some downside, and he actually put up decent numbers. I think everyone's kind of stuck on what he was doing last year, which was phenomenal. And I think we've set the bar high for Deshaun Watson. I don't mind him at that price.
I think he's going to have a great game because the Giants haven't gotten to the quarterback but once so far. Yeah. And their defense, they don't have a rush defense. Deshaun Watson, the last 2 games, he's had a problem with just pressure.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of pressure. But when he's comfortable in the pocket, dude, he's airing it out. If not, he'll take off running. So I think Deshaun Watson is going to have a good 25, 30-point game. Yeah.
I don't like Dalton. Me personally, against Carolina's defense, I'm just not a fan. Alex Smith, though, the Green Bay's defense isn't that great, and honestly, they're going to be behind, in my opinion. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to scorch them, and I think that he's going to have to throw a ton. So, at 7,100, that could be a sneaky good play to, he's going to have the throws, whether he completes them or not. can't answer that, but he's going to have to try because Aaron Rodgers is going to air it out on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, last one I said, under 7,000, I'm not sure why it's not showing up on here. I do apologize. But Blake Bortles. He's under 7,000, everybody. I mean.
Yeah, if Fournette doesn't play, if Fournette does not play, I love Blake Bortles.
Yeah, so just just watch out for that, basically, because he has the ability to run, and Deshaun Watson played against Tennessee last week, and he kind of ran a lot on them. So Bortles, I think, is a little bit smarter with the ball when he's running. So let's see. I mean, I think he's going to have at least 20 points this week, as long as Fournette doesn't start. But let's jump over to our running back situation here.
Yeah, and just real quick, Rodgers is 7,100 on draft. This is all DraftKings. Mahomes is 7,000. Kirk Cousins 6,800. Garoppolo 6,500. Breeze 6,400. Wentz 6,200. Watson 6,100. Cam Newton 6,000. We named Alex Smith 5,800. Same with Phillip Rivers, who we don't recommend necessarily this week. Matt Ryan, 5,700. Luck, 5,600. And so is Blake Bortles. So, yeah, those are the guys we named for our quarterbacks. And that's the pricing for DraftKings.
Yep. Now, we're going into a running back situation. Who are you liking this week, man?
This week, honestly, I mean, he's higher priced, but how can you not like Alvin Kamara against, the linebacker? The whole Atlanta defense is getting banged up this season. They keep losing guys. And I think that he's going to – I mean, that game's going to be high scoring in my opinion. Mish already mentioned that as well. And I think Kamara is going to get a lot of catches and just run. He's going to get a lot of opportunities out there, and it's going to add up. So I really like Alvin Kamara, even though he's a little higher priced, especially in DraftKings, 9,500. But maybe I don't like to pay up for running backs as much sometimes, if I don't have to. But Alvin Kamara, I'd be willing to this week.
Yeah, I think this week in that 8,000 and above range, I like Alvin Kamara as well, especially with McCaffrey, what he did last week. And it's just in the dumping off the ball to the running back and just taking off. He just fits that scheme perfectly.
Yes.
And it's going to be a shootout. I think Alvin Kamara is going to have a huge game this week. The second person I do like is Saquon Barkley. Barkley, the amount of workload he gets is insane. Like,
he's put up 2 good weeks, and sneaky good weeks.
But he hasn't had a breakout game. I think this is his breakout.
That's
game.
what I'm saying. Like, his 2 games have actually been really good. So, what is his breakout game? It could be nuts. It could be really crazy how much he gets.
Yeah, I think he's going to have at least a 100-yard game rushing on the ground. At least a touchdown. And receiving, he had 15 or something receptions last week.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a lot. He's not going to have nearly as much, but still.
If Melvin Gordon plays, I'm not a big fan of playing people against the Rams, but he could get a lot of catches. Me personally, I love Melvin Gordon, and every week almost I will start him. I'm kind of on the fence on this one. What about Gurley? He's obviously elite.
Yeah, not this week. If you have long-term fantasy, of course you're going to have him in there, but I don't think he's going to have as big of a game for daily fantasy.
Yep, and then other than that, David Johnson, not Chicago's defense. He hasn't shown enough yet for me to pay up that much.
Bears defense has been lights out.
Yeah, they've been really good.
Yeah.
Maybe Zeke against Seattle. Their defense has been not that great.
No.
I'd rather pay down, but he's not a bad option.
Zeke.
And speaking of paying down, let's go ahead and let's just move on.
Yeah.
I think we covered that. Oh yeah, real quick, those guys. 9,500 for Kamara. Ty Gurley, 9,200. Zeke is 7,700. Barkley is 7,600. Gordon is 7,400 on DraftKings.
Yep. And 7,000 and up, we have, Mixon is out, but Tevin Coleman, Jordan Howard, McCaffrey, Hunt, and Fournette. In this mix, Jordan Howard.
Okay.
I'm loving Jordan Howard, honestly. He gets a lot of opportunities. He got a lot of opportunities against the Seahawks, but that linebacker group at the Seahawks is
better than the defense that we're looking at in Arizona. Yeah. And Sam Bradford hasn't done anything on offense, so if he's playing, they're going to have plenty of running opportunities because they're not going to have to pass it. They're just going to try to run the clock out. Yeah. So, I like that too.
I love Howard in this week. Yeah, definitely.
I like McCaffrey. You saw it last week. I mean, what was it, 15 targets for a running back? I mean, 14 catches. That's 14 points just off of, no yards if you didn't even count the yards. So, I mean, I'm liking him against Cincinnati. I think Cam's going to target him a lot as well. Yes. And we saw it last year with no Greg Olsen in there. Christian McCaffrey gets tons of targets. So I like Christian McCaffrey. You like Hunt? I don't mind it.
I don't mind Hunt. I don't really like Hunt, no. I mean, it's just there's so many weapons on that Kansas City offense. I mean, just spreading the ball all the way around.
Yeah, someone's going to get it. You just don't know who.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
It's roulette. No, I'm not playing
roulette. That's pretty much how I feel, too. It's a roulette, but, if you're in a gambling mood, I'm not against it.
Hey, yeah, why not? Tevin Coleman, I mean, he's involvement in the Atlanta's defense is huge.
Just pure opportunities.
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I like him just based off of that.
Honestly, just in this, I love the 7,000 range on FanDuel for running backs here. Huge potential if you want to pay down on the quarterback a little bit, or wide receiver. We'll go over that. But Howard and Coleman, I mean.
You know what? We're going below 7,000 now.
Yeah, we're going to 7,000. So.
Real quick, then let me go ahead and just name off these guys that we just named off in DraftKings for you. Excuse me, guys. Jordan Howard, 6,500. Coleman, 6,400. Kareem Hunt, 6,000. Oh, sneaky. And other than that, I'm not seeing anyone else in that range. So let's go ahead and move forward. Yeah. And I will start with Kenyon Drake. I like Kenyon Drake at 6,800 against Oakland because Oakland's just not good at defense. Simple as that. I mean, I don't know how much more I need to say, but I mean, he gets a lot of catches as a running back. He is a receiving back, and Oakland has the ability to score to keep the starters in the game, but they don't defend well. So I think he's going to have a pretty decent day. And at 6,800, why not?
Yeah, I like Lamar Miller. This week, even though Miller hasn't had a crazy big breakout game, he has to be thirsty for a touchdown. And the Giants it's a great matchup. I mean, he gets a pretty good workload, and especially with the wide receivers coming in, Hopkins and Fuller taking the pressure off. I think the run game is going to be solid for Houston, and Miller's going to be a big part of it.
Let's go, Chris Thompson, 6,500. Called it last week. Mish had brought it up. 6,500 against Green Bay. He's the passing running back. He's in there when they're in the hurry up in passing formations. AP's out. And I promise you against Green Bay, they're going to be in passing formation. They're going to be down.
Yeah.
And I think Chris Thompson will benefit off the fact that Aaron Rodgers is lighting them up because he'll be out there plenty. So, good pick.
Definitely. I agree with you with Chris Thompson. He's Alex Smith's check down machine.
What about Ajayi? He pissed. He made me so mad last week, guys, that I just can't do it this week. And he's questionable, so not going to do it.
A lot of things revolving on Breida, although he had a big game last week. He shares carries with Alfred Morris, and I just don't see that being a repeat on this horizon, especially against Kansas City defense that looks to tighten up going forward and kind of making a run.
I don't mind Breida, actually.
Like the filtered water?
For his price, that's... Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, I like my water fresh, guys.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, Breida, I'll take it. I think he's going to get some catches in that game. I'm not going to have him in most of my lineups, but I might throw him in a tournament lineup, because... Maybe
a flex?
Yeah, it's just option. One of those picks that most people won't have. So in a tournament, maybe worth it. Cash, keep him out.
Yeah. Philip Lindsay, for Denver, and I think this week if you're looking for a cheap flex, he has the potential to produce points, even during garbage time. I mean, honestly, I just see him fitting the bill. This is a reach, and you must only use it if you're really reaching. I mean, really reaching.
Use with caution, guys.
I mean, he's not bad, though. He had 17 points week 1, 12 week 2, so, I mean...
No, he's not a bad pick at all. He's done very well, surprisingly. Everyone was kind of on that Royce Freeman hype train, and, he hasn't some other things. And
that freight train crashed pretty quick.
I mean, he's not doing terrible, but, yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
Philip Lindsay's been the better so far.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Some other guys too. Like I got to name off their prices on DraftKings in just a moment. But another low pick for you, which it keeps cutting off these guys for us. But
I'm not sure why. But
Latavius Murray, if Dalvin Cook doesn't play against the Bills, I really like that pick, and it can be a lot cheaper than you're used to for a starting running back, just because we don't know if Dalvin Cook's going to play or not, and they have him low priced. And let's go ahead and just name off everyone we just named in DraftKings. Let's see. We named Latavius Murray's 5,800. Kenyon
Steal
Drake
alert.
5,600. Lamar Miller 5,000. That's a good one. Philip Lindsay 4,600. That's a good little play. I believe that's roughly who we just named off there. So let's go ahead and go to wide receivers.
Check out our wide receiver core. The wide receivers have been doing really, really, really well.
It's the warm part of the year. Me personally, with DraftKings and all that stuff, or fantasy football in general, beginning of the year, receivers kill it. When it starts getting cold, start maybe putting more running backs in. But right now, receivers are hot.
Yeah, and we're going to ride the hot train, man. I mean, if you are doing like a pay up, I mean, over 8,000, there's a lot of different options. And these are all solid guys. I mean,
They are.
they're the number one wide receiver for their team. They're the ones that are going to get the targets and the catches and the touchdowns. I mean,
Their floors are like 15 points.
at least. Yeah. I mean,
it's always a good pick. And we'll start, I guess, with the top, right? Michael Thomas has been on fire, guys. I mean, like, I have him in my season long. I'm winning games because of this dude by himself. I mean, he has by far been the number one receiver so far this year, in my opinion. And against Atlanta, I think he's going to continue to put up numbers. So I like it's definitely. I mean, 9,000. You're paying up, but you're going to get what you pay for. So,
without a doubt, yeah. I mean, and Julio's the same thing. They're both powerhouses. DeAndre Hopkins coming off a 100-yard, 20-point game. Hopkins is a green light for me, especially with not nearly as much pressure on Watson. He may have a 2-touchdown game because Fuller's going to take some pressure off of him, and that running game is going to keep going. In that price range, DeAndre Hopkins, I see him doing.
Yeah.
If you want to pay down a little bit, say 400.
And people will have kind of like forgotten about him in a weird sort of way, just because of week 1. So yeah, it's definitely a good pick. Both of my Vikings receivers here, guys. I love them both, and honestly, it sounds kind of weird, but I wouldn't be against the stack with Kirk Cousins and both receivers against the Bills. I mean, they're gonna get their catches. They're gonna be open. The Bills' defense hasn't been able to stop anyone this year. They're both super reliable. Diggs is gonna get you touchdowns. Thiel's going to get the majority of the catches probably, like it usually works. But they're both going to get you points. I promise you that. So either one I'm okay with. You can go one or the other. They're both kind of pricey now, so it might be hard to fit them with a pricier Kirk Cousins in a lineup. Don't get me wrong. But going with either of them, stacking them with Cousins, good choice.
Yeah, I mean, great point there. But the only thing is, if someone does have to make that particular that cutout option, they're like Diggs or Thielen. I mean, how do you help narrow that down?
Cash or tournament, in my opinion. Tournament, Diggs. Cash lineups where you just want a surefire thing, Thielen, because you know the catches are going to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
so you know you're going to get a floor that is a solid 10 points because you're going to get the catches. Diggs has the big playability, like the deep threats. So tournament, that's kind of how I gauge it when I pick between the two, is tournament or cash. Okay. Depends on what you're playing.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just going to throw out a little bit here. Basically, Thielen has more targets over the first 2 games, and he has more yards as well, but he has 2 less touchdowns than Diggs. And going against this particular matchup, the Bills secondary will be they have a lot of 20-yard plus. Like Rivers was 6 for 6 and 20-yard plus throws, and so the Diggs.
Wherever you throw the ball on that team, the person's going to be open. So there's a lot of deep playability, and that's Diggs' forte.
Yeah.
So I mean. You're not going to go wrong either way.
Exactly,
but Diggs has probably a little bit higher of a ceiling than Adam Thielen does. So
for this matchup, yeah.
Well, just in general, honestly, I think every week that's kind of the case. But Thielen is more consistent.
AJ Green,
he's killing it.
Yes, Mixon's out. Bernard's a so catching option. I feel like this is going to be a heavy target game for AJ Green, especially because Dalton said he was the best receiver in the league.
Here's my concern. I think Carolina knows it, though.
Of course they do.
And I don't know, man. God, I don't know
AJ
why.
Green gets doubled all the time.
He does. He had, but like last week, he had 3 catches for 3 touchdowns at the beginning. You're not going to get that every week.
You're not.
He's really good.
Right.
Like I'm not saying AJ Green is a bad pick. I just think you can get better options, I guess, at this price myself.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think about OBJ, man? He's been cold 2 weeks in.
Well, he had 100 yards the first week, right?
I mean,
I like this matchup.
Love the
against
matchup.
Houston. Yeah, I mean, if there's a week that he's going to end up being OBJ, it's probably this week. So, yeah, I don't mind it this week. Although it's still a little bit higher price than I would think based off of the way he's been playing. But I'll take it.
I mean, I'm staying away from him. I mean, I feel bad for him because Eli just doesn't have time and he's just not reliable anymore. I stay away from him. I mean, honestly, Tyreek Hill, sure option. Depends how you fit him into a lineup with who you have picked up.
I mean, if you're going Mahomes, might as well stack it with Hill. If you're not, maybe you don't want to pay that high. I think he can burn Richard Sherman, no problem though. He's
without a doubt
a little slower nowadays. And let's go ahead and just real quick, Michael Thomas 8,900, Tyreek Hill 8,500 in DraftKings, Hopkins 8,300, OBJ 8,200, Julio Jones 7,900, Adam Thielen 7,800, AJ Green 7,500, and where's my boy Diggs? Did I miss Diggsy? Where's Diggs?
Whoa.
Maybe Diggs is the way to go in DraftKings, guys. It's not even pulling him up. What in the world?
That is strange.
He's so good that this thing doesn't even want to load Diggsy up. Okay, I don't even know where he is on here, guys. You know what it is? I have him in. He's 7,700. I'm sorry.
All right, awesome. I'm glad you found Diggs. You dug him up, man. Dug him up from the grave there.
Sometimes you got to dig for it,
Dig it. So, I mean, Keenan Allen, Chargers. Against the Rams. The Rams defense is fantastic.
That's why I'm going to say no. No, I'm not going to pay $8,000 for him this week. I mean, he's a really talented receiver, and he has the ability to beat anybody, but I'd rather not risk it myself.
Fair enough. And now we're going 7,000 and above. There's only a couple lads in this here. We have Brandon Cooks, T.Y. Hilton, Will Fuller, the fifth. I don't know why Doug Baldwin's in there. He's not playing this week. Yeah. I don't think so. Brandon Cooks against the Rams. I'm not going Brandon Cooks with the Rams. I'm going T.Y. Hilton.
Chargers.
The Chargers, sorry.
The other LA team.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a city rivalry. It's going to be huge. So,
but good defenses.
Yeah, great defenses. I mean,
good offenses too, though. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, I like T.Y. Hilton this week.
I love T.Y. Hilton this week. I think he can definitely get one deep this week.
Yeah, I mean that Eagles secondary looked bad this past week, and it looks like speed is just going to torch him every single time.
That's their Achilles heel, man. He's a fast receiver, and he's definitely one.
Yeah, so I see T.Y. Hilton having a huge game this week. And then Will Fuller the fifth.
Not at 7,200 for me. He's really good, and he always gets that one big touchdown, it seems like. But he's so reliant on that one big touchdown. At least T.Y. Hilton sometimes will get you some other catches. I feel like Will Fuller's either you get a 70-yard touchdown or you get nothing. Yeah. So I'm not going to pay 7,200 for him. What do you think about Sanders against Baltimore?
No. No Baltimore. No Denver receivers against Baltimore because Baltimore's defense showed up this year so far.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay 6,900 for him.
And who do they have throwing to him? Keno.
He's not that bad.
He's not bad, but like it's so predictable for a Ravens defense that's well coached. I mean, they're gonna come out ready.
Amari Cooper?
I love Amari Cooper this week. Contrary to week one's game plan, I think a more involved Amari Cooper is much better. He was 10 for 10, didn't miss a single catch, which is awesome. I just look to him to have a continuation of a big production game moving forward, and it's going to start off again with Miami.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and real quick just kind of catch up on DraftKings, right? Mm-hmm. We got Amari Cooper 6,600, T.Y. Hilton 6,700, and who else? Other than that, we really didn't any of these other guys. So
Yeah, I mean, you may have to touch base on some of the people from there because I'm not sure why it's not loading up. Don't want to mess it up here. But the other guy, Robert Woods for the Rams. I mean, I did say I'm not going with Brandon Cooks, but the Rams target Woods quite a bit. And this is a very interesting matchup. He's been rotationally involved. He's not like getting a lot of looks compared to Cooks, but I expect him to be the physical receiver over Cooks and Kupp. I know Kupp is Goff's go-to in the red zone, but I think Robert Woods is going to have a big game this time. Some
guys we're not showing, and I'll give you their DraftKings price because FanDuel wants to not help us today. Nelson Aguilar, 6,100. I think if Wentz had a good connection with him last year, I like him.
Definitely.
Let me see. Keelan Cole, if Fournette's out, he beasted up last week. We've been talking about Keelan Cole on our channel since week 1. We knew once Marquise Lee went out that he was going to be the man. He killed it last year. So I like Keelan Cole. Let me see. Anyone else down here? Moncrief, yeah. I would prefer Keelan Cole just because I think he's going to get more catches too.
Yeah. What about Ted Ginn?
Ted Ginn, yeah, he's a deep threat. He can get you that big play anytime. He's been more involved, it seems like. I also like John Brown. He's 4,800 on DraftKings, so that's probably a good snag. And
Allen Robinson. He's Trubisky's go-to receiver. I think Robinson's going to have like a big week this week as well.
He hasn't really had it yet either.
He's teetering.
He's bound to get one sometime. It's got to happen. Trubisky's eventually going to get a little bit more comfortable out there and hit his receivers.
They're playing the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So this should be a good matchup.
Yeah, unless Patrick Peterson shuts them down. But
this should be a good one. What about Funches? You like Funches?
I do, because I like the matchup. And, let's have a little Funches with this, guys. No, I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan, but I think he's a little bit lower priced than he tends to be based off of what he's done so far.
He's in like the mid-6, low 6,000.
Yeah, it might be a good time to, throw some Funches in there.
Yeah, I mean, if Cam and Funches can kind of get that chemistry going, I feel like they're going to have a fantastic week. Only because McCaffrey is the only other person that Cam kind of trusts. He has to kind of go to it. And his targets have been trending upward. So from 5 to 9, hopefully this is 15.
If you want to go real sleeper, Dante Pettis, he's only 4,300 on DraftKings. I'm sure he's also pretty cheap in FanDuel. Even though I can't see it, I can promise you he probably is.
Definitely.
So if you're really trying to pay down, maybe something like that against Kansas City, I can see him getting a deep one.
Yeah. Some sleepers on wide receivers, I am going Martavis Bryant. If you need a sleeper, this is going to be your guy. He's a speedster. He's got hands. Just got signed back with the Raiders. He was targeted 4 times, 4 catches. He's just getting back into the motion of things. I mean, he's going to be the guy that's.
He's always been a deep threat. Yeah, he's always been a deep threat. There's 2 or 3 games a year he shows up, right? And if you have him in a tournament lineup, you're doing well if you put him in there because he's always going to be relatively cheap. Because he only shows up for about 2 or 3 games a year, it seems like.
Yeah, play Miami. Our defense is not the greatest ever, so
a lot of potential there.
Yeah. The other guy, Sanu. He's under 6,000.
I mean, what worries me about Sanu, it's not a bad pick, but Calvin Ridley came in last week, got his first touchdown. I even started Sanu in one lineup, and that lineup was so fire, guys, and he just prevented me from winning tons of money. I started him, because I had Mahomes, Melvin Gordon in there. I had James White. I had Michael Thomas. I had Tyreek Hill. I was on point. And then the bottom of the lineup, Sanu just sucked it up. And I didn't get a Titans touchdown, by the way. What the heck, DraftKings? I didn't get a Titans touchdown for special teams.
I was having a conversation with someone on Twitter about that particular situation. They said that basically when it's a punt, and someone throws the ball and someone catches it, it's considered a
So what about a fake field
receiver.
Goal? What about a fake field goal?
Even then, apparently it's a receiver.
That's new. It used to be.
I don't know.
It used to be that was a touchdown. DraftKings, you owe me some money.
Yeah, and so does NFL, man. NFL's got to fix that up in their stats and records. So that basically does it for the wide receivers. Hopefully Sanu has a decent game this week.
It can't get any worse than last week, guys.
Or week 1.
Okay, maybe it can get worse.
It's
He's a sleeper. Be careful. You play with caution.
He might be sleeping. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, he literally might be able to feel sleepy.
We'll see. I mean, let's go to our tight ends here. We have
2 studs right at the top for 7,000, and I love them both.
Love them both. The stack with Ertz and Wentz
could be tournament winners.
Yes, that stack is.
Obviously, those guys had chemistry last year, and if Wentz comes out playing like he did last year,
which he will,
which a lot of people probably will be off of Ertz just because of that. And I think that's really good. And then Travis Kelce against San Fran. Got Travis Kelce killing it last week, and I don't see San Fran's defense being able to stop him. It is kind of the roulette that we were talking about, but I think Travis Kelce will be in that roulette. He's too good not to be.
That's fair. Jimmy Graham,
could be.
Jordan Reed, Kyle Rudolph. Oof.
Gotta love the Vikings players this year. It's oh my gosh, guys, you have no idea how long I've waited for us to be like talented but also young. It's nice. Kyle Rudolph's not the youngest guy. He's probably the oldest guy on our team.
He is.
But
definitely.
Rudolph, the red zone reindeer, is a beast, and he will do very well against Buffalo probably. He has a lot of potential to show up.
Jimmy Graham has been disappointing so far.
He got a touchdown last week though, right?
Yeah, but as far as like compared to what we're expecting
not
out of
many
Jimmy
catches,
Graham,
yeah.
I mean, especially
that's
with Aaron
what he is.
Rodgers.
He's so touchdown reliant. So for 6,200, maybe not me, not my opinion. I'm not going to pay for him, but it could pay off.
I mean, honestly, in tight ends, I am looking at Eric Ebron and Jared Cook.
Okay,
those are my 2 guys.
Yeah, as long Ebron probably will get hurt at some point this year. He always does, right? I hate to say he does. But until then, he seems to be getting the touchdowns as opposed to Jack Doyle so far. Yeah. And that was kind of where last week no one 100% knew who was going to because Jack Doyle gets a lot of receptions a lot of times. Yeah. But it seems like he's taking over currently. So as long as he's healthy, I don't mind Ebron. Cook's a good option as well. Trey Burton got a touchdown there.
He did.
Not a bad pick. Evan Ingram as well. Evan Ingram had a great game last week. For tight end at least.
Yeah.
So I'm not against him either at 5,800. Tight ends get kind of slim.
Big game last week was the tight end for I think it was Howard.
OJ Howard, yeah.
Yeah, OJ Howard from
OJ Howard, is he even on? Like, why is he not on this list?
I'm not sure why.
What game are they playing? Are they Monday night or something?
Yeah, so that's why it's not on here as well.
That explains why we don't have Mr. Fitzpatrick, who's been killing it.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah,
now.
so, if you're not just doing the Sunday slates, that's an option.
Yeah.
Other than that, it gets pretty slim.
I like Eifert this week.
Eifert? Okay.
I really like Eifert this week. And for 5,100, he
if you're trying to pay down. Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because AJ Green, like you mentioned, getting double teamed. Mixon's out, and you have Giovanni Bernard, who's going to get some touches and catches. It's going to be up to him to kind of make some nifty moves. But Eifert has always been Dalton's like TD guy as well. It's Eifert or AJ Green. So I see Eifert getting a huge production this week, similar to Travis Kelce's. I mean,
guys, I'm not like recommending him necessarily, but I do a lineup every week where I pretty much punt, and by punt I mean. I'm like tight end whatever. If it happens, awesome. So I can afford a lot of good guys that I know are going to show up. And Virgil Green, guys, Denver. I mean, I'm not expecting much, but if you're looking to pay way down to like, if you're doing what I'm doing in those kind of lineups and just being like, all right, tight end, I don't care. I just want to pay really low so I can afford some other guys. That's an option. I'm not. I wouldn't say recommending him right now, but. Pretty much. Okay, just don't do it. Never mind. Real quick though, DraftKings tight end pricing: Zach Ertz 6,800, Travis Kelce 6,700. We didn't really recommend Jordan Reed, but he's 5,400 if you wanted it. Jimmy Graham 4,900. Did we say Kittle? We didn't, did we?
No.
He's 4,500. Ingram 4,300. Rudolph 4,100. Jared Cook 4,000. Trey Burton 3,900. Ebron 3,400. Eifert 3,200.
All right.
And I'm not even going to say Virgil Green because I want you guys to forget I even brought his name up.
Unless you do his strategy of just saying screw the tight end.
Like, please understand the reason I'm saying this guy's name is because I'm saying like if you're hoping for like a catch or two to get 2 points from tight end position because you're trying to pay up and get a ton of points in these other positions,
then yes.
Then him.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything remotely close to 10 points. No.
Let's jump in.
Honestly, expect 0 points. But if you get you a couple points, it worked out. Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, let's jump into this defense really quickly.
Yeah, we'll fly through this because we know we've taken up a lot of your time.
Yeah, I'm liking the Bears. I like the Bears.
Jacksonville against Tennessee. Oh my gosh, I like that. Yeah. Minnesota against the Bills. Give me some.
I like the Seahawks.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to be off of them.
Yes, they are.
Not the best matchup though. I was going to say Ravens maybe, but.
Yeah, I mean Ravens gonna be up there.
Sleeper pick maybe the Panthers against Cincinnati.
The Bengals, yeah. But other than that, I mean, we shared all our picks with you. All the potential picks that we're gonna have, kind of just mix and match and do what we did last week. Kind of pick. I mean, across the board, like we did with our hit and misses. I mean, if you literally picked anyone and just kind of matched them up on the lineup.
Yeah, we really rocked it last week. And me and Mish benefited from it with our DraftKings and FanDuel lineups. And we hope you guys listened to that and got some money with it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, other than that, we look forward to having an exciting week 3. And we'll catch you out on the outro.
Let's close this out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Week 3 concluded. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic week coming up. Your lineups, we are excited to share. Follow us on Twitter as well at Mish_Mills.
Actually, Mills_Mish.
Either or.
My name got to go first on that one.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. However, we'll stay on top of it. I have the link on YouTube for that. Also, we will be keeping you updated on our comment section.
I mean, it's Tuesday here, so we're going to give you some updates if some players are injured or something like that in the comments. So keep an eye on that. And also leave some comments if you guys have suggestions or, anything you want to say. Please let us know.
Yeah, other than that, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your pastor on Sunday morning. Be like, hey, want some fire lineups? Mish and Mills, they got you. So other than that, people, salute.